In this video, I'm going to answer a question that I know you're absolutely dying to hear the answer to. Can the Audi e-Tron be a substitute for a van? Let's find out. So I've agreed to buy a toolbox 46 miles away. So that'd be a 92-mile round trip. That's a little bit beyond the capability of my Kangoo ZE, which would be my usual vehicle of choice for hauling things around. Now fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on your viewpoint, I happen to have a car with quite a big boot. So I think it'll go in there no problem. But let's find out how good a substitute for a van the e-Tron is. Certainly I need to worry a lot less about range, although I think I will need to top up near the destination just because I'm trying to avoid charging at home, trying to use the onto inclusive charging all the time. So I'll probably will head for an Instavolt charging station near where I'm picking the thing up, and then we'll go from there.
So I'm about 15 minutes away from the seller's house where I'm picking up this toolbox and just charging on an Instavolt charger at the moment. I'm putting in a fairly healthy 49 kilowatts, quite happy with that. I just thought I would top up as much as I can here, even though I've got enough range, top up as much as I can here, then I won't need to worry about charging when I get home, which is sort of how I'm trying to manage the whole relying on public charging thing, is just sort of topping up where I can, where I've got the spare time to do so. I'm quite happy with that. Had a little bit of a moment charging this the other day. So I was using an Instavolt charger nearer to my house, the one that I did a video at with the MG ZS a while ago, and just the usual, it charged, it was fine. Just went to stop charging and pressed just stop the charge on the charger, and normally at that point you just unplug the car and off you go. Well, unbeknown to me, it seems on the e-Tron that even on a rapid charger you need to press the button, so the charging flap, you press a button, the flap opens. It's like a motorized flap. It's very, very over engineered. The charging flap comes down, you plug in, and when you stop the charge on a rapid, the cable remains locked into the car, and you need to press that button to release the cable. The car will not release the cable unless you press the button, even if the charge has ended and the charger tells it that it's stopped. Unlike the MG, where when you stop the charge on the rapid, it just unlocks automatically from the car as long as the car's unlocked, and it's fine, it's good to go. But it turns out the e-Tron didn't do this, and I didn't know that, because obviously I haven't sat and studied the handbook and all that stuff. I've just kind of, in my typical fashion, I've just got in and got on with it. So it was a little bit embarrassing ringing the Instavolt helpline and being like, oh, my car's stuck on this charger. Don't get me wrong, they were very, very helpful. They tried rebooting the unit and stuff, and because I think obviously their assumption, and my assumption, was that there was something wrong with the charger. Turns out it was just my own ineptitude, but top marks to Instavolt. They answered the phone very, very quickly. They were very courteous, they were very helpful. But in future, and if you find yourself driving an e-Tron, you need to press the button to remove the connector, even if you're on CCS. So there's that. A little bit of a clanger from my part, a little bit embarrassing, but now I know, and I definitely won't make that mistake again. So I'm going to charge for a little bit longer, and then we'll get this toolbox and see if we'll actually fit it in here, and see how well this Audi will turn into a van.
Well, it's in. Had to fold the back seats down, but it went in no problem. The boot's absolutely huge, and with the seats folded down, there's even more room. I don't think Constantine's too happy. It's a little bit cramped in there for her with the seat folded down, but it's in, and I'm homeward bound. Just going to set the sat-nav up to take me home, and off we go. Quite impressed with this factory navigation system as well. It does seem pretty good.
The route is being calculated. Caution, the route contains traffic obstructions. The destination is on a limited access road. The route has been changed because of the current travel situation.
And we've got plenty of battery as well. I charged to about 90% of that Instavolt charger, and true to form, this was pulling almost a full 50 kilowatts still then as well. I'm sure it would have kept going if I'd wanted to, but wanted to get on my way. But yeah, the charging performance is really good. Been really interested to try it on some higher power chargers, but certainly on 50 kilowatt ones it pulls really hard and fast. And efficiency wise, we've done 50 miles so far today, showing an average of 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour. I think this has been a combination of sort of 70 miles an hour on the motorway, and then stop-start traffic in town, and a little bit more sort of urban type stuff. So I think it's doing okay. I think maybe the sort of higher speed motorway work, it seems to eat the battery a little bit more, as obviously you'd expect doing 70 on the motorway. It'll be interesting to see. I've got some like longer motorway journeys coming up where there's less time sort of around town at either end, so it'll be interesting to see how that holds up in terms of economy. So in a rather ironic twist, the car returned home with more than enough charge, but my camera batteries died before I made it. So recording this little voiceover after the fact, but as you can see, it definitely fits the bill quite well if what you need is a van to move your tools and equipment around. Quite an expensive one, I suppose, and you might want to take more measures to protect all the carpet and the back bumper and all that stuff, but we were very, very careful lifting the toolbox in and out, managed to do so with no damage or wear. It was a little bit nerve-wracking, of course, but everything's good. That's it for this video. I think that's conclusive proof if you need a van and have £80,000 to spare, then the Audi e-Tron is the vehicle for you. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.